welcome to the new edition of PlayBook.
I'm not going to
Keep
edit
going.
that out, so he better keep going. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. This is what we got today, and this is going to be very interesting. Today we're talking about Love Island. Doc, who do we have on the set?
I brought on two very special guests that are also Love Island experts. We have Ashley.
Or fanatics, so however you put it. Go on.
I just watch too much TV.
We have
I am not a
Ashley.
fanatic.
And we have Jeanette.
Hi.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about Love Island USA Season 8.
So overall, what's everybody's thoughts on this season? Like, was it good, bad? One is scale of 1 to 10. Don't go into details.
Like a 7 for me, maybe 6.5.
Are
By
we just
American or UK
comparing
scales?
U.S.
Oh,
seasons?
American
US,
scales,
just
yeah.
US.
US
I'm not
seasons.
comparing to UK because they're
Yeah,
very different.
they're so different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. No, 6. I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
How
What
about
else,
you, Doc? I'm gonna give it a 6. A 6.
I'm going to give it a solid 5. That's the best I can do.
What are your thoughts on the end result, on the winners of this season?
Oh, are we going to start there? Or are we going
Yeah,
talk
we're going to
That's
start
a-
there, and then we'll work
and
our way
we're
back.
Okay,
And
that's,
we'll
a
work
good,
our way
that's
back.
a good way to do
Wait,
it.
so did y'all all vote?
Oh, I don't.
No, I never watch in real time.
Oh my god.
I never
No.
watch in real time. That's crazy.
I downloaded.
I actually think I did vote
I
last
downloaded
year,
the app.
maybe,
You didn't
or
vote,
the
you
year
don't have a
before. There was
say.
one year I actually
You know what
did
they say
vote.
about the elections?
yeah, no,
I actually downloaded the app to vote for this first time in the history
This
of Love
year?
Island.
Bro.
Yes.
Oh no,
I do not
'Cause I
watch
was
that shit in real
pissed
time.
off about the idiots on the show this
Did
season.
you vote then?
Oh, I did.
Who'd you vote for?
To win?
Yeah.
Oh, you already know. Team Casey, baby.
Yeah.
Casey and TT.
Oh.
See,
Oh, you
I
mean for
agree.
I voted for them before that.
Oh.
Oh, you mean in the final?
Man, why are y'all Casey and TT?
I will tell
Why
you why
not?
I'm Casey
See?
and
Okay,
TT.
so of the
See?
final.
Thank-
I will happily.
Oh, is that
explain.
3? Is that 3 to 1 right now? Casey and TT. 3 to
you
1. I
talking
think
about-
we
okay,
have.
so the last
Hold on,
four.
no.
Really?
Hold on, no.
She just has this background knowing.
We're gonna. All right,
she
we're-
may not have
hold on,
seen
We're
all
gonna
the
circle. We're gonna circle back.
gaslighting that was going
but
on
the
prior to
winners,
Casa.
the winners of the show. Did you like the winners of the show? Are they believable, Jeanette?
No, wait.
Do I think they are actually a couple?
Yes.
Do I think they actually like each other? No.
Okay.
Really?
Do I like them? Yes. Did I want them to win out of the other options?
You're talking about
Yes.
Bryce and Trinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand either of them the whole time.
Oh.
I wanted to like Bryce, but I could.
I wanted to be his
he was
friend
so-
and hold
he was
his
so-
hand.
He
I
was
felt so bad
I'm a
for him.
model, and I'm trying to get my social media.
No, he was
B-lister
so
on.
weird
This is my
and
opportunity. This is my
awkward.
chance.
No.
He
Not
was
my
so weird and
Trinity.
awkward.
This is my chance.
I did
Let me
not
get
like-
this 50,000. You know, you
Bro,
get
that's what I
50,000. We're
feel.
good.
We found out he had all these famous friends. I was like shocked. I thought he was just this weird, awkward.
No. Dude had a
like,
killer
kid.
model career.
Yeah.
Well, I knew he
And-
was a model, but he wasn't like
No,
an
he was like a
actor. He
Ford
wasn't like an
model. He was
influencer.
like- no.
He didn't have the personality for that.
Yeah, he once. But if you're Calvin Klein, like he was like a international. He was like Calvin Klein or
Exactly.
something big,
He
like
was with
Ford model. He
Kendall.
was like rolling with the biggest.
Yeah, but they don't have
male
to
models
actually
on-
speak. You can be a model and have no game.
Yeah, but
like
hanging out
he
in that-
had no
True.
game.
True.
But you
It's
don't
very
have-
true.
But you
I
don't
get
have
it.
to have you're actually explaining the psychology of exactly what I'm saying. I've hung around those people in that environment, in the clubs in New York, in LA. You don't, or in Paris, or in friggin' Rome. You don't have to have a personality because you're pretty, just like with the girls. Guys like that are hanging out with celebrities. They're hanging out in all the VIP areas because of the way they look. So that is the same reason why pretty people sometimes
Have no
crap
game.
personalities and otherwise outside of modeling. And that to me explains a lot about his. He
I didn't
perfectly
think he
fit
was
the
a
pro-
crappy
the
person. I
profile.
thought he was a really sweet kid.
No,
I thought
we
he was
think
nice
Very
enough.
sweet
I-
and genuine.
he's a-
I didn't think
he's
he
a
had
good guy.
personality to be on
He's a
Love
good
Island.
guy. I don't
Like
think
other
that they.
people. He's a simple human.
I
Some
mean,
humans are simple on this
They were
earth.
nice to
Oh my
each other,
God.
but I don't think like they were lovey-dovey, and I don't think
Oh
they
no,
were
and I
deeply
think
in
she's
love.
socially awkward too.
This
I
is
think
the
both
most-
of them are
Awkward
socially
people.
awkward.
And
Hey,
we'll
this
get
is
into
the most
Trinity.
people ever
Yeah.
try to talk at once on any episode.
Exactly.
So we gotta like let everybody
No,
have
no,
their
it's
one.
all
I'm
good.
sorry.
Let
Did you
let
guys think you were gonna have input?
let
I'm
that
sorry.
let
Yeah,
that shit roll.
clearly.
It's all good, but no,
Okay, so wait,
absolutely.
tell
So
me-
we don't
tell-
like the
tell us
result.
about
Are they
Trent.
mansplaining us like how this is supposed to go? right
Yeah,
now?
I am. No, okay, Jeanette.
See,
Over
this is why we
Jeanette.
brought Jeanette on. We love Jeanette.
E,
Go
tell
ahead.
us about how you feel about Trinity and Bryce as the winners. We're gonna go
Okay,
down. We're gonna
I
go,
just-
and then
I
we'll let
just-
Jeanette, and then so we can hear everybody.
We'll take
I
it.
thought it was fake. I wanted to believe it, but it just was at the end. It was hard to believe, and it seems like they're after the money. And everybody.
Who's not after the money?
I mean, there's some people. You look at Corbin, right? Even though he got voted off or whatever, him and his girl, like, are they still together? Like, I saw some videos
I
of
don't
them
know if
together.
they are,
Parmia.
but
So,
they are
yeah,
both
Parmia.
shallow
Yeah.
enough to be together.
But
Like,
they mesh well
They
together.
do.
Like
They seem like they might be shallow, looking at each other in the mirror for the next
one
50
shallow
years.
person
easily.
and another shallow person.
Hey,
They
it
might work
works
together
for them.
You know, so it worked for them. So even if I get voted off, it's like, oh, I got the right person. And even when what's her name got voted off, Kenzie got voted off. I didn't believe her when she was like, I got my right person. No, you didn't. You need like 5 people. That's a different story. But for Trinity and her guy, it just wasn't
Bryce.
believable. Bryce, thank you. It just wasn't believable. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. It just wasn't believable, and I wasn't rooting for them at all. And I especially didn't like Trinity after what she did to KC. We'll get into that later. Go ahead.
I wasn't.
So, Jeanette, tell us what
if
you
I
feel.
had to choose,
Yeah.
I would have chosen Trinity and Bryce because I just didn't like the other couples. I mean, that's really what it came down to. I wasn't a Nia fan in the beginning,
Yeah.
but she was gaslighting the hell out of KC.
Oh my
Come on now.
gosh.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Like,
Let's go.
that
Let's-
poor guy.
Let's go.
And-
Thank you.
See
And,
that.
okay, so
Oh, yeah.
I actually, this is sad, but I mean, I have way too much time on my hands. It's sad. But I will go to the online groups. Like, I will see it because I want to see if other people think the same thing that I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So I go on there and everybody hated KC and everybody's like,
I don't know why.
Oh, and not, no,
Yo,
I don't
when he
either.
stood
No,
tall.
no.
That girl,
Why?
because they don't have a choice, okay?
No,
It's not
yeah.
like he had any other option.
KC
he didn't choose
wasn't a
her.
bad guy.
She didn't choose him.
And
Thank
he was
you.
butthurt
State
about
the
not
facts.
being
She kept
chosen.
like telling everybody and telling him, "I'm fine with you talking to other people," but the
She
second
really
he
wasn't.
tried
The
to,
thing is that
she
she made it
flipped out.
so difficult for him to tell her the truth, even when he told
Tried
her
to
the
tell her the
truth.
truth.
I'm sorry, no.
She was
man.
not listening. She was not hearing him. And
Yeah.
then she also had issues, and she would not accept help for her issues, which she has a confidence issue. And it became too much for someone who's dating you for 2 or 3 weeks to handle when you have another person who's from the same area as you, who relates to your entire family, and y'all just get along and has the right confidence, and then I have to deal with this. No, like I'm not that attached to you after 2 or 3 weeks.
Not at all.
But also,
Yeah.
I mean, bless her heart, she's a very sweet girl. They are young. I was her
There-
at her age. I was so jealous. Oh my God, I was so manipulative. Now there's a reason I'm not married. But I'm an adult now, and I can recognize it and see that. I mean, the poor guy didn't have a choice. It's not like he could just be like, he's got to sleep in a bed with her at the end of the night.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like? Look, I don't want to be with you. I don't have anybody else to be with, but I just don't
mean,
want to
it's-
be with. I feel like that would be even
You
meaner.
know, you seen the
So many
meme like
seasons.
emotional damage, like it's emotional weight trying to deal with somebody that's that way.
And it's
Like,
not worth it
and
for, like you said, in its short term, it just wasn't worth it.
And he
to me.
wasn't, like-
Wait, but Ashley, I want to
Go
hear
ahead.
what you have to say because
Yeah,
Fire
tell
away,
us to
Ashley.
shut
I think
up.
you
Like,
feel
jump in.
no, because
Come
I
on.
think you feel a different way about the whole Casey
Stand
thing. but
on
I think,
it. We
I think
respect
you're-
your
because-
position.
Yeah, I want to because for me, Casey was not ever a bad guy, and his
He
girl.
wasn't a bad guy until he got to Casa, and the way that he acted and the way that he moved just was not necessary. Do I agree that him and Anaya were not a good match? 100%. They were a terrible
But
match.
what did he actually do there? So
He
I'm a
called
dude
her
now.
Move the-
grandma.
move the mic.
I'm
Have her
sorry,
move the
she
mic.
was all over Carl. The second
Yeah,
Carl was
that-
in
that-
bed with her.
Because they weren't a good match. They neither one of them
Okay,
liked
but
each
then
other.
she was grandma. I'm not like saying.
But he said it in a derogatory
But don't
way.
act
I
like
know, but
you
like-
really like him and you're trying to take
He
it slow.
said it,
Right.
and so
But she
here's
was
the
only
other.
trying to take it. She was trying to take it slower with Casey than she was Carl because she wasn't moving that slow with Carl when she had her freaking thighs wrapped around and making out. With
I
him
know.
In a day and a
I
half.
know. And so that was does that
the
is
game
there
was
something
ended,
to it?
but-
Is there something to the fact that she didn't choose him on the first day and she wanted sincere?
That's right.
And as to why she moved so
protected,
quickly
right?
with Carl
Shit,
as
like,
opposed
you
to
should've got
KC.
sincere.
Casey
So-
was a placeholder for her.
That's-
she
and that's it.
acted like
And he
no.
felt it
I
like
think they were placeholders for each
I
other.
think that.
I don't
Ashley,
think
They were.
Definitely.
feel
They
like
were,
that.
Definitely.
but
my
Now-
most compatible person here right
Move the-
now.
move the
But
mic
I
closer
don't
to you.
think
Move the mic
Carl
closer to
was
you.
all that because if Carl was all that and that relationship really was that great and he was so wonderful and Carl
I
bless
thought
his
Carl
heart,
was-
he's a sweet guy. I
Okay,
like
see, I'm
him.
a dude, so
but
for
I
my-
don't think Anaya even liked him that much, or she would have stayed with him because Casey really was a placeholder for her too.
I think she made a
unless she was
mistake.
playing the game, and I'm gonna pitch this big. It was just
Yeah.
not called for.
It's hard to figure out why she didn't pick Carl when she came back from when he
because
It
she
is
wasn't that
hard.
into him.
It is hard to
He's
figure that
very
out.
But she- but
sweet. He's
according to-
very
but
nice.
she
He
had all
does
these-
not give off hot vibes.
Right, but she was
Like,
not.
I don't want to rip his clothes off, but I want him to come cuddle with me. And
And I was impressed with
watch
Carl, and I'm a straight
Netflix.
dude. I was like, Carl's a good guy. He might be
Carl's-
one of the best guys on
Yeah,
the show.
Carl
Oh, no, he
is
was
the
a
most
very
complete.
good guy.
He's the
Okay.
most complete
So we
guy
agree,
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
show.
The best morals, and Anaya, I think, had the best morals out of all the girls there.
Oh.
Look how she handled
Speaking
the
to the
challenge
mic.
where they all kissed each other.
Oh, I don't need to speak into the mic.
No, not you.
I'm like holding
Ashley,
myself
not
back.
you. Ashley, move the mic a
No,
little
I
bit.
think
Go ahead.
Anaya-
She
Anaya
she
and
thought she
Carl
had the whole morals,
have
and
the
she
most morals, in my opinion, out of everyone.
No,
that's
she
there.
didn't.
She
look
pretended
at the
she
way
did.
that look at the way that she ran down on Casey. Look at the way that they were calling him a boy. Look at the way that she made
It's
the
true
wrong
from a
decision.
dude's perspective. If we would have been in the streets, she might have ended up duct taped someplace in the closet talking to me like that.
Okay, hold on.
and
Now we're not going to call her crazy. Hold
You got-
on.
wait, what would-
I'm,
wait,
I'm
wait,
on
like-
your side again.
Hey,
So-
hold
Because
on,
that's
hold on,
bullshit.
hold on.
No,
Hold
you
on.
never put your hands on a fucking woman.
No,
You're a man,
no.
please.
But
no,
you
I
don't-
don't mean it like that.
wait.
I mean it like
If
we don't call
you
people
if you
crazy.
step to a guy like you can beat him up, you are stepping into a masculine realm. What happens happens. That's what happens in that's what happens.
No, I disagree. You should be strong enough to hold
No,
her back.
that's a different discussion. We'll have to have that in a different episode.
I don't think we can have this discussion because I feel like I can take any of these guys.
So then, as a former federal agent, a special agent, if a female is aggressing a guy or beating him
I
up,
feel
or
like
she
my
attacks
crazy
me or
could
one of my
take his
colleagues
If she
in law
attacks you,
enforcement, I'm supposed to
if
let
she
her
tries-
do whatever because she's a female
No,
and
you
she's
don't
breaking the
let her
law.
do whatever. You
That's
stop her
right.
from doing
That's
it.
my point.
Yeah,
So my
but you
point
don't
is,
need to, like, beat her up.
no, I didn't say
So
you're gonna beat her up. I'm
no,
telling you,
Doc.
though,
Let me handle this a different way.
hold
Why
up.
can't the female handle her emotions and control, be as respectful as
Thank
a
you,
guy?
because he never.
They're all kids.
Yeah,
well,
they're 20 years old.
they're
What
not
do you
kids
mean?
to me. They're
what
not
if the
kids to
guy?
me.
So
you forgot what
so the
being a
guy.
kid was like.
No, I didn't.
So the guy
remember.
has to
I'm 28
handle
years old.
his-
I know what it's like
I
to be
wasn't like that. I
20,
remember
Does
when
the
I was
guy get
18.
the same pass?
I remember when I
yeah.
was 22.
So
Like-
the guy can go off and
I'm
go
giving
crazy.
him a pass for calling her grandma. I'm giving him a pass.
He was out of
for
line.
All the other
To be
things
clear-
he said because
To be clear, he was out of line when he called her grandma.
No, I don't think he was. Like,
however,
I'm sorry.
he shouldn't have
Yeah,
said it in
if
public.
if you're gonna do what you're gonna do with Carl,
Right.
But he didn't
Yeah.
know what she was doing.
Yeah,
with Carl.
and he didn't know that it was being
No,
filmed.
and
Like
he
he was
didn't
being
even
filmed,
know
but he didn't know
that.
that it was being
But he
that it was
knew
going
how
back
he
to her.
felt.
Yeah, he was speaking in confidence to his boy. He didn't know that it was going to go
clearly
and tell the
there's
well, I
world.
mean, he
Feelings
did
about
know. You
Casey
have
and
to
the
have
Anika
some
thing.
Oh, yeah.
conscious.
Yeah.
They have like how many cameras in there?
I know, but not everything goes on there.
Okay, wait.
And they were in
Okay, so
concert.
look.
So yeah.
All right, so we all know kind of how we feel about the Anika and KC thing, but
Who's Anika?
or what's her name?
Anaya.
Anaya. Yeah.
I was
See,
thinking-
I made
Yo,
up a
there's
name
like
for her.
10,000 names.
Anaya,
man.
yeah.
I'm terrible with
I didn't
names.
even like her enough to remember her name. No, but
I got like 5,000 names on my
I-
phone.
I
here's the
really
thing,
liked her in the
Ashley.
beginning.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I
I
could see it
wanted to
coming.
like her.
Yeah.
I wanted to like her until she started. I'm a psychologist. She was gaslighting the hell out of your
Yep.
boy, even when they were in
Thank
the
you.
place together. He kept trying to say, because here's the thing. You're saying, I get what you're saying, be a man, but I could say the same thing. We could reverse it. Be a woman.
Be a
and
woman.
interact with him like a woman. And don't jump in his
I
face.
agree.
Right. So no one was, there was a
I
lot of
don't think this
immaturity
has
going
to
on
do
from both
anything
sides.
with
They were
gender.
never
Like I don't
good
even think
at
it's
Right.
just
I think it has to
being
do
a
with
general
self-control.
person.
Yeah,
She
But-
didn't
exactly.
compare. She wasn't like, you know what, Carl, you're so much better than Casey. This is
But you
why.
can't
Like,
blame
why
him
are
for
you
doing that.
comparing?
That's his personality versus hers.
Well, level up and get a better personality.
Well,
Casey.
he didn't,
Who?
and
Who
it
we
was
talk-
the way it was.
Casey?
I mean, it just
Yeah.
is the
We're
way
talking
it
about
is.
case.
Why-
So
I'm
why does the
sorry,
onus
why-
have to be on a guy? And I think that speaks to more of a bigger issue with the younger generation. Is like
Because the
everything's the
men
guy's
fuck up
fault.
more in our
Everything?
generation.
No,
Maybe
it's
not
not.
in
No,
Oh, I
women
don't
are
know.
human.
Are you
Women,
younger?
women are human.
Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't lived.
Yeah.
You could be
young.
on.
Yeah,
You're
and
on.
here's the
You
thing.
could
Wait,
be
hold on,
on
hold on,
Love
hold on.
Island right now.
Yeah, women are human the same way as men, so they make the same. They make mistakes just the same. So it's like, and that's the thing is, but when in those situations, it's like it's always the guy's fault. But Anaya was in the wrong multiple times. Casey shouldn't have said what he said. However, I commend him for coming back, because coming back into the house, he knew that he was going to face the fire, and he got more than he was expecting because of give me the name,
Trinity.
Thank you. Because of Trinity,
Yeah,
and
that was-
everybody
that was out of
else
line.
And
ganged
that's-
up on him, and he still stood tall. And then TT stepped in too. That
TT.
solidified everything. That's,
Oh, TT's my girl.
Yo,
Hold
that's
on.
why I wrote
South
TT.
Central, let's go.
Casey
'Cause
should
that's
have
why-
pulled
that's
Anaya
why
earlier.
I
I-
have
though.
no issues with
That's
TT.
why I don't. That's
None.
why I didn't have to beat up girls growing up, because I always had a TT in my life. It wasn't my girl.
Yeah.
It was my homegirl. Because that's the thing. My point
Well,
about
I
that.
don't like how she treated Trinity, but they were going out each. Like,
Oh, I think she.
Oh,
I
you
would have
could-
liked
she
to
needed to be put
I
in her
thought
place.
they were
Of the show.
those
Because
But
Trinity
that's
told her to
because
sit
you
down
like
and be
Trinity.
quiet.
No.
No.
Hold up. Let
Go
me
ahead,
say
Doc.
this, and we
Go
can
ahead,
keep on
Doc.
moving
Go
on.
ahead,
I'm
go
gonna,
ahead.
You don't roll up on me. I'm an old school G. You're not gonna roll up on me, male or female, and talk to me like you can kick my ass if you can't.
Show
so
me.
you better respect my shit.
You're going to need
I
to show
talk
me.
like I can kick your ass all the time, and you don't give me crap.
You are my friend, and I let you get away. But on all seriousness, if you roll up on me like Trinity did, I'm in the streets. Because Trinity's not doing that to no real dudes in the streets. That's not going down like that.
Yeah.
She's been hanging out with boys that she can talk to like that, and she knew she was
Exactly.
on a show with security. Don't talk to people like you
Nobody
are ready to
should have
take to a
talked to
physical
the other
altercation
that way.
if you are not ready to take it to a physical altercation. And that's how Trinity was talking to people. And
Yep.
that's how she talked to TT. And TT was like, I'm TT, bitch. Play with me if you want to.
That's right.
I will
That's
shut
exactly
this
right.
down.
I'm not a fan of
I was
TT's
like,
reply.
love TT.
my dog.
TT for
I was like,
president.
okay,
Let's go.
Casey,
No.
princess.
Right.
I honestly
Let
wasn't
your
a
girl
huge
stand up
TT
for
fan.
you.
But that's what he was supposed to do, so he didn't have to freaking choke Trinity, and then you would have been mad because he choked the bitch.
Okay, there's no
yeah.
choking. We are adult. Well,
know
they're
what?
children, but we are
Casey,
adults. There's no
What you're saying
choking.
we're adults, but we live in a do you
not
want to do you want to
adults,
crime do
yeah.
you
They're
want to be
frontal
realistically
lobe
talk about
right
crime stats? You mean people what I'm saying is we live in a very violent society. So if we can't deal with stuff, I de-escalate everything. I was a hostage negotiator. I understand de-escalation. But my point is, you're trying to say that you could talk. What your point is that, well, because we're adults, so adults beat each. How much violence happens in our country in
There's
America
a-
all the
I
time?
haven't been in a
so
fist
what I'm
fight
saying
since-
is
Right.
the way to keep that
It's
from
a very-
happening is to
I
be
was a
mature and
kid.
de-escalate.
That was high
It's to be
school.
be respectful on both sides. It's
Or be
right.
respectful, and she was completely disrespectful to him, and the girls were completely
was not
disrespectul
going
to the
But
guys.
not to her. Neither
She was
one of them
disrespectful
should
to
have
both
acted
of
that
them,
way.
I think.
And she was not going to accept anything else other than I fucked up and I'm wrong from Casey, and Trinity. And
Right.
she wasn't going to let him speak. She was going to talk over him.
Right.
She was going to yell at him. She was going to demean him, call him boy and everything, just to show him that
Right,
she
it
was
went
better
just
than
it
him.
went
It was-
way too
and the-
it went way too far.
the
And
thing-
like I
She
said,
was
I'm a
being
reasonable person. I'm a nice guy. But I would have just been like, no, we're not about to do. I would have taken my mic and stuff off and said, if you don't get control of this girl,
Yep.
we're gonna have a
And
problem.
that's-
That's what would have happened.
But
In real
you
talk,
have
that's
to
how it
I'm not
goes,
also-
saying
man.
I would have, but I'm saying if you don't get this girl out of my face, we're gonna have problems because I'm not letting anybody disrespect me like that. Period.
You have to realize this is a produced show.
And so
No,
here-
it's
no,
so
I think that
produced.
speaks to the.
So you
like,
don't know what
go
was
ahead.
said to her before.
I
what
do-
was
I do.
or how much she was told. I swear these people act this way, or like they ask questions about things. Like they're told to ask those questions. they're
but-
told to have
but
these
Jeanette,
scenarios.
there's nothing you could say or do to me to make me act out of my character
This-
if I'm a
When you
decent
were
person.
20?
Disrespect.
No,
like
when I
it's-
was 20, I was in the freaking army after college.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you're rare.
If you
Right, but
no,
my
no,
point is,
so
I
here's-
remember what
When
it was
I
like
was
to be.
20.
And in
So here's
America, you can go to jail as an adult at 20. You can't drink, which is an ignorant, conflicting thing at 20. But
Don't
you
get
can,
me started
But
on
you
that.
can you can go to jail as an adult. You can go to war and fight for your country and die, and you can make adult films legally at 18 years old. So
Yeah.
I mean, we have
Do
to
you
decide in
think
America when
Trinity's,
people are grown
like-
and when they aren't.
How
I
old
understand
is she?
the
Do we even know?
physiology of
She
it.
was.
She's
I think she was like
Your
22,
Your
and what's her
frontal
name was
lobe's not developed.
29, or she
You're
was.
like 20s
She was
in your
like, yeah,
20s.
she was in her
Babies.
early
Making
20s.
the
Yeah.
age
So
older and older.
Right. So I mean, I get that, but what I'm saying is, we can't always. This excuse can't always be is that they were young. If you're old enough to go to jail for as an adult, then that's where you should
Yes,
be working.
So
but
I
where
think-
were you? Maybe okay. You're a special case, okay?
Yes, you're
And
right.
I'll say a
I mean,
lot
you
of
can
the
ask
people
that
that
knew
join
me
the
when I was
military
14 or
disrespected on this
15
cast,
how
but
I
go ahead.
behaved.
No,
You know,
I'm
I
joking.
didn't lose
Go ahead.
control of myself,
You're not
and
the average person. You don't represent the average
I-
USA public.
I can respect, especially
Now,
USA public,
especially now, but
especially
go
moving
on.
forward,
Yeah.
because you actually, since I've known you, it's always funny because I mean, I'm not saying this because you're here now on the show in front of me, but you've always been mature for your age. You know, I always
I'm
thought
gonna
you.
go with that because
I always
I
thought
didn't
you were
realize she
older
was a
than
kid.
you
Like,
were,
girl, like,
except for
I have a son your age. Oh my gosh.
you
I
older
thought we
than
were.
us.
I thought we were. Oh come on! Don't even start with me.
Hey,
I barely remember.
and you're
her
younger
50th
than me,
birthday
right?
party.
So that's why I can throw a rock over there. I'm like, dang,
No, she's
Jeanette.
Tristan's age.
Yeah,
She's
so
a
you-
baby.
Yeah, so
I
she
didn't
could
know.
be your mom.
Like you're very mature. We've hung out all night prior.
So
to
you
this.
are also
Okay.
very mature for your age because I've always thought that. You know what I mean? So you're an outlier as well.
Agreed.
But times have changed so much because Ed, you know, I talk about this all the time about how like we live in a time of celebration of mediocrity and
Yeah.
where common sense
Everybody
is no
gets
longer common,
trophy.
and common decency is not common, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm not going to accept it as the norm, even though it is the norm now, you know. And like I said, so moving forward, let's switch to the next couple. Okay, so
So here's a question moving forward. If you want to switch to something, what is the goal, the overall goal of Love Island? Is it to get people to watch a car crash or a train wreck? Is it to actually find connections with people?
it used to be. I think the UK one.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Or is it something else?
Nothing. It's all about ratings and selling advertisement. I'm sorry, maybe I worked in.
So hold
media
on, and
sales
let me
for too
preface
long.
it. Let me take
Have
it
you ever
back and
seen that
preface
show
it.
Unreal?
What's
Did you guys see
what's
that?
the objective? Is there a different objective, U.S. versus all the other ones?
100%.
No, but
100% for me.
U.S.
Tell me what you think.
has a attention span that's like this big. So the U.S. season is a lot shorter. The UK season's a lot longer.
Yeah,
It's still going
like-
right now, and I'm like killing myself. Like I always want to Google things when I like think of things.
Right.
And I'm like, don't watch it
Because if
because I
you Google
think
it,
they've
it'll
already
spoil it.
crowned
They'll
the
tell you
winner
who's
for UK. But I don't want to know. We haven't even have we even done Casa Amor in UK? Oh yeah, we did do Casa in UK, but they haven't done like family visits or anything yet. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm
I
still
love
Do they
the
still
UK.
do the
I love
thing
the
with
UK.
are they on the UK one this season? I haven't watched any of the UK this
I haven't
season.
watched UK.
Are
I
they
haven't watched
doing
it
the
this
thing where
season.
they bring those fake babies on still?
I don't even gotten that far.
They did
yet.
it last season.
They could get rid of that one. That could get rid of that for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It was really
Having
good the
children
first
in their
time I saw
20s
it.
anyways.
The
No
first
more.
couple times.
And even if you
Everyone's
are,
having kids
it's not
30 and up
it's
now,
not
so
it's
why
not
are we doing that?
it's not like a Terminator kid.
So-
you know, he's like
Well, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
It's entertaining, yes, but there's. And can we stop making them eat food during challenges?
Oh my god, that
Eat
shit
what?
was disgusting.
Eat food and spit it in. Who had
The
food
sardines
fetish?
and the
my gosh.
mayonnaise
What
and
producer?
the
Yeah, that's
And then
like
the producers
Ugh.
have like some kind of food fetish.
and what
for
was it?
people.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know why they do
disgusting.
that.
Like there
On
is.
any of the-
They've
on
It's
any
made
of the
not Fear
love
Factor. We're good.
disgusting.
I hate that.
disgusting. I mean, it's become softcore porn, and
Yes.
I'm not an old.
And
Like
why are
I
they
I
kissing each
I can
other?
enjoy some softcore
You think
porn.
so?
It's
I don't.
just
I
It's
think it's
not
the
like
opposite.
compared to the UK. Is
it
Right.
can't be love. You can't be there for love or it's softcore porn. Like literally,
Sure
let
you
me have
can.
you make out with everybody.
What was
okay. I get what you're
Like
saying
for
with
no,
that.
like there's
Yeah,
no
like
make
you
out.
have to.
Make out again.
Yeah.
And make out again.
You have.
with everyone.
It's like
I
And then,
actually
hey,
like
go to
that, but I'm
Casa,
gonna tell you
and
why.
you've known each
Not
other
to-
for like
You're
2 or 3
mad.
weeks. But now it's supposed to be this big test. It's not a big
No,
test anymore.
I like it because I like that. I like some aspect of that because I feel like the American show. Okay, you told me when you and I, Jeanette, had this discussion about the UK one, and you brought up some stuff that I didn't even realize there had been that many suicides. Like, so the UK one actually was a lot more like softcore porn than any American
No,
thing.
okay,
from
well-
from a physicality perspective, because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
used to show a lot more
They
people having
didn't-
sex where you could tell they were having sex on the UK shows.
Yep.
And American shows never really did that. I
They
can.
also had
Yeah.
alcohol.
But the other,
Right.
there was alcohol. There
Yeah,
was
it
a
was
lot of
very
alcohol.
different times,
But the
yeah.
other big difference was this was before social media was what it is now.
Right.
They
That's
would
also
say
true.
whatever they really thought, and they weren't trying to get influencer contracts or they were just being them. It's like remember Real World, like when
Yeah.
it really started.
Yeah, it's like the
It was like
new
that.
version, but a worse version. Bring your mic over a little bit, cause go ahead. Not yours. You're fine. Go ahead,
Oh.
Ashley. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh,
Bro, you know I can do this without a mic.
did I
in my
really
big
just
mouth.
have?
No, you're.
You know I can.
Say that. Say that for another.
As we talk
another
about that
show,
being
but go on.
softcore porn.
So for me, I feel like the American one has actually gone. They try to make everybody kiss and interact well, and I actually like that only because you get these people that pair up in couples, and somebody is like delusional about how tight the couple is, and they would lock down and never experiment outside the couple if somebody didn't play a game where they made them kiss someone else.
They have games and challenges. They
There's
kiss each other
games,
in
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
But
So
there
wait,
aren't
what are
dates
you
like
talking
there
about then?
used to
What
be.
is-
There's no
No, it's
dates.
just that,
Like they're not.
Yeah, there was no dates. It was just that every challenge was everybody kissing each other.
It was a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
kissing.
It
this
was
Like
year.
they hammered it.
There's a lot of
over
kissing
and
this
I
year.
over
like
and
when they
over
have
and
to
over
pick
Yeah.
who they're
It's
gonna
enough.
kiss.
They have all kissed each other at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Like, calm
I
down.
but you know
Like
what? I
there
kinda
used to
kinda
be
blocked
seasons
that out
where
at some
like if
point,
you
you know
got
what I
to
mean?
kiss
That's what it
every
was. I kinda
girl, like
started-
that was an active season. Like it used to not be a thing.
But I like Casa More better.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Casa More.
Go
I
ahead.
think Casa More was done better. I like kind of the way it's gone. A lot of the things they've actually done to me to like kind of propagate people exploring outside of their couple. If they
I I think the smartest thing they did this year with Casa Amor, because the girls continuously explore way less because we're women and we tend
Right.
to stay in a couple more than men do and
Yep.
tend to cheat less.
Even
and
though
things
it's hard
like
to cheat on
that.
somebody in 3 days, but
Right. Some of them. But some of them were together the whole time. Like Bryce and Trinity were together the whole time.
Who's
I think
that?
It's like Bryce and Trinity.
If they would
Oh,
bring in
But
hot
now,
guys.
Now, wait. You guys.
They do never.
E-
The
what are
girls
you
are
doing?
always so hot in Casa
What's
Amor.
wrong?
But the guys
But they brought
are
in
not.
12. They were like, listen,
And
ladies.
none of
we're
them were
giving you
hot.
12 men.
There were not any
So
hot men.
Check this out. The thing about, I don't know if you guys remember this. Maybe you blocked it out with Bryce and Trinity. Like I said, I didn't like Trinity because I'm a guy and I'm good at judging girls. Trinity, I would never give her the time of day. It doesn't matter what she looked like. She wasn't my type physically, but she wasn't my type energy-wise or personality-wise at all anyway. I felt
didn't
like
love her at
I felt like
first.
she
I'll
was
give you
very
that.
immature for her age, and she just seemed like.
She's immature because she's 20.
I know some 20-year-olds right now that run circles
I
around
was
her.
a mom at 22. Okay, I
Right,
had
so-
Tristan
so
very young.
I didn't like
She
her.
worked
I was
at like
still
Home Depot,
not-
or she worked at Home Depot, y'all. Like, come on.
But I didn't. Well, she didn't learn anything. She wasn't on the management training track.
No, but I'm saying if she didn't like
I'm sorry,
go
have
to
you been to Home
college
Depot? Have
and
you
like
ever
have
been to
certain
Home
life
Depot,
experience,
Tracy?
how is she
I
supposed
have.
to grow up?
Oh,
Like if she never went off and went away from her family.
So you didn't see any of the
She
stuff
can't
about
grow
her
up.
about her ex-boyfriend.
I saw that. I think he's a clout chaser, fucking liar.
Maybe.
like,
Ooh, somebody feels sometimes.
I just
Somebody's
can't.
protecting
I
Trinity.
can't with all these people.
So
Like, leave her alone.
But
If she
you-
would have won, would you have posted that? No, you wouldn't have. Let's
In the beginning of the episode, we asked everybody what we would rate this series this season, and I think the highest this season got is a 6. So going down the line, what would need to change or be added in order to have you watch it again?
oh, I'm still gonna.
Watch next season.
I know I'm gonna watch.
Or to make it better, because even if you're going to watch it
more
again.
episodes. It needs to be longer. There needs to be more commitment before Casa Amor. There needs to be more dates. There needs to be more nurturing of the relationships. Why can't we have an older? I know I'm old, but
Yeah.
why? I'm not old. I'm
No,
like
you're
29.
not, I wasn't agreeing
You're
to
just
that,
29.
but older
But-
people.
What? Yeah, like
More
let's
mature.
get a little bit more maturity. I know they're, let's do like a. I mean, 25 should be the cutoff. I think.
Yeah,
had-
they at 22, they said it. They've had like one real relationship or two real relationships. So how do you expect them to?
Yeah, that's
Can
just
they
the
have
way
a
they're.
golden
That's the
Love
way they're
Island? I
hiring
would do
people. I mean,
that.
they're
yeah.
Or
their
like a
selecting people. Their
bronze,
selection
what is-
process
yeah.
is just set up for them to get the most irrational behavior out of people. Because, again, how many girlfriends did I have in high school? How many girlfriends did I have in college? You know what I mean? Like, you get to a show and you're like 22 years old and they're like, I only had 1 or 2 relationships. I'm like, I dated like 5 or 6 girls for like a significant amount of time for my age, and then there's a trillion other ones that we were like hooking up enough to be like, so that I think you're right. Like to maybe
There's like 3 or 4 on Love Island UK right now that
push
came
the
in
age
had never
forward
been in a
little bit, yeah.
relationship.
So
What?
in what's that? You said that have
Three
never.
there's like 3, at least 3 that went on to that were the original of this season of Love Island UK that had never been in a relationship.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a change in society.
Mika,
Yep.
Samraj, and Lorenzo.
Eve, what were you gonna say?
No, I was going to ask Ashley, what do they need to add or improve?
I agree. I think we need to have a little bit older cast or group of people that aren't children.
Yeah, who know what
Are you pitching yourself?
compromise
No,
is.
I have no desire to do that.
She says she's got a good man now.
I got a good man now. Either way, if I didn't, I would not be
wouldn't go on
doing
Love Island.
that.
I know
That's
that's
not
right.
my style. I love God, I love Jesus, and that's not my style.
And it's just too easy.
I just don't want to get canceled. Like, I don't want to deal with the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
always
even
wanted
care
to be on
about
reality
that.
shows
I
when I
would-
was a kid. Now I'm like, I'd see what happens to these people.
I'd be a villain for.
Yeah, it's
I'd be a
just-
super
you
villain.
have to be
then.
okay
No,
with
you would
doing
never be
so
Lovesy,
much.
Tracy.
Okay, you're right, but no, but I mean.
I don't think you'd be a super villain.
No, I'm just saying, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
worried about being canceled for being who I am, and that's the reason why they would need people like me on there. Because first off, I'm going to go in there and be as entertaining as I always am with everybody, and then I'm not going to worry about what anybody thinks about me, like I have since I didn't even have. My buddies will talk about how peer pressure didn't affect me when I was 10. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go and be true to myself regardless, and that is, I think, would make for a very good show. But let me jump back to you, Jeanette, real quick before we let Ash finish. So you told us what you would change about the show if you could, right? But what do you feel about the couples who won or didn't with the
If
final?
I could have what they wanted, I would give them alcohol and cigarettes back because that was a blast. I'm just saying.
Give my baddies their weed pens back. Come on.
No. I don't want
That
a
would
bunch
be
of high.
great.
I don't want to
No,
watch
no.
a bunch of high people. No.
What
God,
do
no.
you
When was
mean?
that?
No, give them alcohol and
No,
cigarettes.
give them weed or whatever I'm allowed to say. Mary. Give them some Mary.
Oh, you.
That's
THC,
not an
gotta-
entertaining watch. If you want to smoke it with them, have a blast. But
I think y'all's generation and mine on weed is a very different experience. The weed y'all smoked is not the weed we smoke.
I don't think you know what kind of
I
weed
don't know.
we
I never smoked. So
Me
it's
neither.
okay.
I'd never
As an
partook.
understanding, having working on a drug team,
Oh, God.
cannabis has changed.
Tracy.
It's changed a lot.
I passed my polygraph. I didn't, they didn't believe that I'd never tried marijuana when I passed it because they're like, you can, so don't lie. They were
I don't
giving
think
me
I've
hints,
never seen
you know.
Tracy drink. So
Yeah, so
Right.
But
But
yes,
give them alcohol too. Give them all access to all of it. Give
it
them
was
a
so
little
much
bit
more fun when they were drunk. And
It was.
fighting and remember Road Rules. They were like legit
Oh, that was
fist
great.
fights.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Trinity. I didn't like her blow up at the whatever, but I did. I
Right.
liked her.
But
I
you
liked
liked her,
Bryce.
yeah.
I thought Bryce was super cute, young, dumb, naive.
Well, he's the oldest.
right,
I
he
know,
just,
but-
which is not.
I
Relatively
wonder where
speaking.
he's from. I bet
Relatively
he's from some podunk
His
town.
grand-
in
I loved his
Iowa.
grandmother.
He
I
is
loved
from a
his grandmother.
podunk. He comes from nothing, just like Trinity comes from nothing. They both grew up poor.
I loved his
Anaya and
grandmother.
Carl both come from money, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah,
they
for
did
sure.
not
Yeah,
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anaya and Carl.
Okay.
Anaya and Carl both come from money. Trinity and Bryce didn't.
So
And that's why I think my generation, which seems to be the one who voted the most, voted the way we did.
I don't think that's why you guys voted the way you did, but I think
Because
that,
I'm sorry, Melanie and Sincere weren't going to win. That shit was toxic. We love Melanie. And that's the only reason Sincere was in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Because we love Melanie. Because she's
I think that's the
gorgeous,
only reason
she's
that-
nice. And she deserves more than that shitty man.
I agree.
Like,
You're not gonna get on.
and then Kata and Zach, I don't know.
So what about
People
anybody
love
else?
Kata. We voted for the girls this year. To be so honest with you, we voted for the woman that we loved.
I feel that
we
was the case.
loved those
I
girls,
feel
and
that was
that's
the case.
the men just happened to be the ones they chose.
Okay, so
Like-
you didn't of other couples that got cut out any earlier. Was there anybody else you would have rather see win out of any of the couples that were there? Would you have rather seen any of them win besides Trinity and Bryce?
Their whole generation loved Caleb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we loved.
Yeah.
Caleb.
I mean, I liked Caleb.
Who?
I thought Caleb was funny,
He
but
was
he
the
didn't have
country
anybody
boy.
to be with.
No, he didn't have anybody
And that
to
girl
be
wasn't
with.
into him at
He
all.
didn't,
didn't have a lot of
Caleb
personality,
had
though.
no personality whatsoever.
Oh, he
Sorry,
did.
I was
He
thinking of
funny.
Corbin.
You watched them when they
Caleb-
were cooking breakfast and
He
stuff?
was, but like
would-
He had no
he
personality.
would
He
say
didn't know how
some-
to talk to a girl. Like
Yeah,
the
he was-
one
he-
girl that actually liked him, he didn't know how to talk to her, so he wanted to talk to somebody else.
Yeah,
I
I'll
watched
give
him
you
grow on the
that.
show.
He's
and get some game, and
insecure.
You're right. He had zero personality
I'm
and
trying
zero
to think
game.
who else there was that I even would have.
I don't think
liked
there's anyone
Miguel.
else.
I didn't like B
Who's
because she was
Miguel?
mean to Melanie.
Miguel's
Like
from
she
last
had major
season.
issues.
You mean Gabrielle?
Gabrielle? Oh yeah, I did like Miguel.
Yeah, I love
Who's that?
Miguel and Leah.
I was
were
a Leah
runner-up.
fan. Yeah.
But that was kind of the same thing. Leah comes from money. Like nobody's gonna give somebody first place that comes from money. They don't need 100K. They're gonna get the brand deals when they get out. Like Trinity benefits from 100K. It will change her life.
What I would change about it is probably the screening process because I feel like I said, when I first watched, I've been watching it since the UK ones early on. I like the people better on there. They're more mature. They just seem to treat each other better. And I feel like the voters in the UK version are voting for love or at least attraction. And that to me is what is one of the biggest things I would change about this one. But I'd have to change the American public's mindset or mentality because I feel like, like Ash said might be correct. I think people voted for different reasons, but for me as a romantic, I'm voting for the people that are the best couple. And it seems like in the UK versions, that's who usually wins. The couple that you're like, we like them together and we think they're probably going to end up together. And some of them did, some of them got married, some of them had
Yeah.
kids. And I think that's what I would change.
But in this country, mainly women watch the show, so we dominate the voting.
I'm really surprised
we
that you
vote
think
for our
people your
woman.
age are voting. I think it's like old ladies like me with 50 cats sitting at home
I
voting.
believe
No,
more of
I
us,
didn't
more of
vote
us
this
voted for
season,
Love
but-
Island than we probably did in any election.
Wait,
That's sad. That's
is
what's wrong
sad.
with your
It is-
generation.
that's a different
That is.
episode.
I don't get me started. We're not supposed to
that's
talk
a
about
different
politics.
episode, but you're right.
I'm
But-
just being
So-
honest.
Yeah.
So-
I'm just being honest.
I
That's
thought
the
of another
reality.
thing I'd change.
What? Go ahead.
The Casa boys need to be hot. I'm so sick of the disparity
I'm hetero, but to
between
me,
the
Casa
hotness.
dudes seemed as good as the dudes that were in the house.
Okay, well,
I
you
know.
don't have any taste in men. Then,
Okay, well,
you
yeah,
don't even
I'll
think
make a
Soul's
bad.
hot.
So I make a bad gay guy. I'm sorry. All right.
I'm
so
sorry.
I apologize
Did you
to all
think
my.
that the guys?
I apologize
were,
to all my gay friends.
It doesn't make you
out there.
gay.
I don't think
I am
any
not a
of them were,
lesbian,
like,
but I can
bomb.
outwardly say Kayla
Yeah.
and Soul hot.
Kayla was too skinny for me.
I know
She
you're
was
the only
pretty.
person who's ever
She
nice
was
to me when
pretty,
I'm
but she
fat.
was a
He always
stick
makes
girl.
me feel better.
She didn't have enough.
Thanks,
to me, the
Tracy.
best.
Yeah,
to me,
a lot
physically,
of them are.
Probably Melanie and Soul were probably two most comprehensively attractive women.
Soul
by
just
my
looked
taste.
kind of like an alien. That was my only thing.
I was never
like
a
her
Kayla,
waist
whatever
was
her name is,
really.
was
I
the
like
prettiest.
mustaches.
She definitely was the prettiest.
Who
to
was
me.
the prettiest?
The one you guys liked. What's her name? Was Zach?
Soul?
Kata. Kata to me was the
Kato,
prettiest.
but you said she
Like
was
face.
too skinny.
Her
She's
prettiest face.
Prettiest face.
Oh,
She's saying like for body type, he doesn't
body
like
type,
somebody
she was too
that's
skinny.
I thought
very
Trinity
big.
had a really banging face. She's beautiful too.
I didn't like anything about her.
her face is prettier without the weird like contour she does on her nose.
She does a lot of weird fashion.
I couldn't subtract that
and,
off.
Like, that's
I think,
just her thing.
What's the girl's name I keep screwing up? Casey's first girl?
Anaya?
Anaya. I thought Anaya was probably, to me,
The most.
one of the, like, if I was just to see them all, standing
She
up or
just
walk into a
seemed
room, I
older.
think she
looked
probably would be
older
the
than
one that I would,
everybody else. She looked older than everybody else.
She probably would be the one that I'd most likely be like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? What are you and your girls doing here? Her, and then probably Melanie.
I think Melanie is drop dead.
I thought Melody was
Like,
cool.
But Melanie seemed like she would be my homegirl that I would try to stop from having such insecure issues that she
Yeah.
would let guys treat her like that. So anyway,
Yeah.
what about you, E?
So for me, I would add more dates and maybe make it older group, slightly older. It doesn't even have to be older, just more mature.
Mature?
Yeah.
The selection
And then-
process,
and
that's
then
what I'm saying.
I'll steal your idea where you had
Hotter
mentioned
Casa guys? Yeah.
off camera. No. Off camera, you mentioned that maybe have a good psychologist to really examine like the relationship and see whether, beyond, they're attractive, like whether they have some compatibility. Do you believe the
Some
same
of
things?
those, yes.
Those type
E.
They
things.
have,
they have
they have a
psychologists.
psychologist.
No, we know they have a staff one,
But
but E and I
having-
were talking
okay.
about this on another. So you know how some of these other reality dating shows have these people that come on and do these like couples clinics and workshops and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and a
like,
lot of them are garbage, but at least it's the thought that counts. Well, there's this new show that's on Ed. Might I'm not sure if he's gonna like it or not, but it's called something about a throuple or something like that, right? The show, the couples on there are supposed to be selecting a third, right? And there's a male couple, there's a gay male couple, there's like a lot of whatever. But the couples, the people are not so great, but all the singles are spectacular, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the lady that comes on and does the workshops actually does workshops that like go to the core of things that matter, even to the couple that came in together, about like, things that they clearly haven't discussed or talked about. Like, do you really want kids? What do you think about finances?
Right,
What's your
right.
religious preference? Stuff like that really matters. I think that they should have somebody like that, like you're saying,
Absolutely.
on this at some juncture
Yep.
with the couples that are together,
Yep.
so they can see how screwed up they are before they even start
But
thinking they need to be
y'all
fighting for each other.
have to remember, we do not see everything. You have to remember,
Of
they're
course, of
like
course.
No,
we're
we want that
seeing,
part on the
like
camera.
an hour of their day.
We want that part on camera.
It's a pretty
But
show.
when
You want more real shit on camera
Yeah.
instead of the like superficial
That's
fake
why
shit.
After Some was good this time, because they actually let
Yes,
After
'cause
Some.
After
No, that
Some-
was the new host.
I like those hosts. I like
They
the
actually
little
asked questions we
what's her
wanted to
name?
know.
I can't remember either of their names
Hold
right
up.
now for
Go
some
ahead.
reason.
What were you saying? I'm gonna look up their names.
Teffy?
We're the battery is dying, so I want to wrap up soon.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, so that we actually have an ending. But go ahead,
What's
get the
your
name.
ending? Should we just do the ending right now?
Yeah, go ahead. E, it's on you.
Hey, this has been a really fun chat. And this has been crazy. You may want us to bring them back, and I would be happy to have them back to discuss further, because clearly we have a lot more to discuss. But thank you for joining us.